Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, today's little adventure is going to be something completely new to me. Now, as some of you are aware, I have just bought the Sigma 150 to 600 sport lens for the Sony because I'm going to give a bit of wildlife photography a go. Now, I've never really done anything like what I'm going to do today. We're actually heading to, I think it's pronounced Gigrin Farm in mid Wales, which is the red kite feeding station. Now, the only other time I've done any form of wildlife photography has been when I've done the squirrel photography, which you would have seen on this channel previously. So yeah, this is going to be completely new to me. I've never done any wildlife photography with this lens. The only time this lens has actually been used is when Mrs. S has been out doing skydiving. So yeah, it's going to be completely different. Nothing I've ever done before. Now, I'm filming from inside the lodge that we're actually staying in at the moment because I don't know how busy it is down there. I don't know how busy it's going to be down there. And I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do any on-camera work. Obviously, we want to minimise any disruption with the red kites and definitely want to minimise any disruption for other people that are down there. Mrs. S has kindly volunteered to do some B-roll while I'm actually shooting the birds if we don't get to do any on-camera work. So this this video could be very image heavy, dependent on what on-camera stuff we can do. It might just be a case of images interlaced with B-roll. There could be some on-camera work, I don't know, until we actually get there and establish what we can and can't do. So yeah, stick around and yeah, I'm sure you guys will find out shortly. well, that was an experience, wasn't it? So yeah, I've got a whole new level of respect for bird photographers. So I actually found it quite difficult, to be honest with you, and if I got any decent pictures, chances are it's probably more luck than judgment. One of the things I found was that it was really difficult to keep the birds in frame and actually have them quite large in frame as well. So some of the images I've probably posted up before obviously doing this sign out are probably quite heavily cropped, to be honest with you. Now what I did as well, sorry, it's a bit breezy out now. We're back at the lodge after being at Gigrin Farm, and yeah, before obviously knowing that I was going to be going there and stuff while we were here, what I did try and do was watch a couple of YouTube videos, try and understand how it's best to do catching the birds in flight, because it's not somewhere where the birds are quite stationary. Like I've seen pictures from Bempton cliffs and stuff where a lot of them are sat on the actual cliffs. Here it's all about the feeding. So yeah, I found it quite difficult. So one thing I will say as well is that when we were looking at this, because the way the weather has turned this week, it's actually gone quite rubbish, to be honest with you. We didn't know which day we'd be going. When we decided that we'd be going today was last night, or yesterday, there was tickets available for the specific photography hides they have. When I went to book them last night, the photography hides had all sold out. So it's a bit of a pain. Now I would say that the standard hides, you can get some pretty decent pictures of them, but because they're like normal bird hides, they've got quite small apertures for actually viewing through. Now, the issue was, as I was trying to follow a bird in flight, I kept hitting the top of the aperture with the end of my lens. There are various ones that, as I say, that you can actually get, specifically the designed for photography and videography. They are a bit more expensive. The standard hides are £9, and the photography hides, depending on which one you go in, they start at £25, I think go up to £35 per person. You know, I must say that they would be great value for money. You get a good couple of hours down there of photography because they feed the birds at 3 and don't close till 5. There is the tea and coffee shop as well there. There's a little gift shop as well. It's an absolutely fantastic setup, I have to say. So yeah, I really did struggle as well, actually. Going back to what I was saying, sorry, the YouTube videos, one of the key tips that I actually picked up from as well was if you literally just drop the camera below your eye and you track the bird round with your eyes and then lift the camera up and carry on tracking it that way, it allows you to identify the bird and probably keep it in frame longer. I attempted to do that. I attempted to sort of catch them as they were swooping down to pick up the food and then following them back up. Oh, I tell you what, yeah, you bird photographers who capture some of these most fantastic images, enough respect to you. Now, I'd say this is the first time I've ever actually done anything like this. Especially with the 150 to 600. I've not even been out and photographed my squirrels yet. So it was definitely a learning curve and something I'm really keen to attempt to do again. As I say, I really do want to take a trip to Bempton Cliffs as well, and I also want to go to the Red Squirrel Trail in Snays Home in the Yorkshire Dales. I really do want to get more into this wildlife photography, and I think the 150 to 600 Sigma lens is a great starting point to start that journey. I know that some people are saying, oh, 600mm, you know, you'll have problems with the heat haze and all this sort of stuff, making the images unsharp. You should be able to track the animals, but I think it's a great starting point for any person looking to actually take up wildlife photography. It's not a cheap lens by any stretch of the imagination, but the versatility is fantastic. So yeah, well, there you go. Obviously you've probably seen some of my images, as I say, some of the B-roll that Mrs. S shot. We didn't get to do any on-camera work when we were there because it was actually really busy. It's great to see that people are supporting these things. So yeah, I'll sign out now anyway, and hopefully we'll have some more videos coming from Wales. So yeah, obviously if you've liked this one, do give us the old thumbs up and drop some subscribes from the bottom as well. at the very least, if we haven't got any more coming from Wales, there will be other videos of me coming back out. As I say, my life has quietened down now. We're outside of the summer, so I can get back on the old landscape photography and hopefully some more nature photography as well. And yeah, this is my account. Take care and be safe, everyone. Peace.